live.
Yeah, it just went live.
Do you guys see anything?
Yeah. And I hear everybody in the stream too.
Wait, do you hear people in the stream?
Yeah, I hear you and me.
Oh, really? I don't have to do anything special?
Yeah, I guess not.
Oh, well, shoot. That makes our life a lot easier. Okay, let's see. This is gonna be weird. Do you guys, what do you see on the video?
Purple the news.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. I see it too.
Alright. Alright, let me connect to the chat then. Alright, okay. So I should probably put our video up, right? So,
Like a bus.
yeah.
Oh no.
What?
I'm naked and
Oh my goodness. I haven't used Zoom in forever.
I haven't used OBS in forever, and I'm like struggle boating so hard right now. I'm like, what's going on? Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, let me figure out a way to put the Zoom picture here. Good thing I do this for a living, so I'm a content creator, yeah.
Just doing it for the subs and likes.
All right, we got something. Is that something?
I see my face.
Is that good enough? We're not using all of the screen very well. Yes, I can make this window. Oh, I should probably start my video. Alright. Are these all the officers? Is all of us?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright. Do we have people on chat? I feel like the bottom half of this, where's the the bottom half of this video is like, what? We're not even using it.
It's the
Bottom
void.
text.
Bottom text. Let me see if I can reposition our video so it's like not terrible. Alright, let me see if I can just resize the zoom. Is that less gross? That's not bad. I mean, I gotta change the... Okay. That's reasonable, right?
That's excellent, yeah.
Yeah, that looks good.
Alright, then I'll throw up chat over there. So now let me get to the chat part.
Jason, you're muted.
Alright.
Yeah, I saw your mouth moving and I was like...
Do you guys remember how to pop out chat? How to pop out chat?
I think you have to be in like mod view or stream view for that.
Oh, just hold on. No, it was like a link, right? Just hold on. No, it was like a link, right?
Pop out chat down in the settings part at the bottom. Bottom right.
I don't see it. There it is. I don't see it. Thank you. Praise the Lord. Alright. There should be no more echo. There it is. Thank you. Alright. There should be no more echo. Alright, I'm gonna close that. Alright. Okay, are we good? Or is the audio better again? Less cancerous? Alright, let me add one more window, folks. So who do we got? Who do we got in chat?
Sebastian.
We got ourselves,
Yeah?
AKK.
So the usual. The usuals. Okay.
And Nintendo Switch X.
So why do we even do this? It's just the same people, man.
Bobbit's here.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, Bobbit's
Yeah, we're
here.
for Bobbit.
Alright. Okay, that actually is not bad, right?
I've seen worse.
Alright, I've laid out our thing. Alright, so, let's get started. So, I just realized I can't see anything. I can't read, for instance, Twitch chat. Oh, wait, let me... Oh, this is...
Savage John 827.
Oh, nice to see you, Savage John.
Who's that?
I don't know. I don't know, but I'm just gonna be like...
Welcome.
Anyone? And
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Just, be patient with our noobness here. I'm sorry. We literally set this up not that long ago, so... Did that mess up the chat?
a little bit.
Is it better again? Alright. Alright, I think I know what I need to do. I just gotta do it real quick to get this to work. Alright, I gotta pull up the Google Doc. What's today's date, dude? 19th. Alright, no, as I'm setting up, why don't you do some logistics stuff?
What does that consist of? Hi.
Well, talk about the meeting and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, I guess this meeting we're gonna have Bowie and the other officers carry by scribbling the news, basically. So, we have a list of...
Well, explain to why we're doing this instead of meeting.
Oh, okay. Well, so we can't meet in person for the first 2 weeks so far, just because of new semester and the COVID variants and everything. So we're going online for the time being, and we just came up with this idea to go over news in this sort of like drawing charades fashion.
All right, so we're gonna need,
I didn't make any slides, but
so we're gonna need help. We're gonna need help from the audience here. So, how do I?
So what are we dispatching?
So the way this is gonna work is I'm gonna draw. Apparently, I'm gonna draw something, and you have to guess what news item it is related to. Obviously, we're gonna pick something Linux, open source, technology related. Now, this is me drawing. If you had class with me, you know that I have terrible handwriting, so I apologize. But you're gonna have to do your best. Now, the officers know because they have the answers in front of them, or they can. But if you don't, then you can also guess. If you had been reading phonics, you would probably have a good idea. Now, I do want to point out this news goes all the way back to December, which is the last time we met. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get started. This is item 0 here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. And as soon as you know it, just say it, chat, whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna do my best.
It's a cylinder. Oh. It's a Taurus.
It's a head with one ear and strands of hair.
Yeah. Oh, it's Frankenstein. Or Frankenstein's mom.
Fish? Oh no, sideways.
Oh, it's a tree.
Hey, Sebastian got it.
Oh,
What it? All right, Seb. Log4j. It was. I tried to draw Java and a log and literally the letter J. So Seb, what is log4j? Do you want to tell us about it? Or officers, do you guys want to talk about it? That might be easier because Seb doesn't have to type in.
Yeah, this is kind of older news, I guess. Like maybe a month ago or even more. But
I keep finding more vulnerabilities in it.
yeah. I mean, like the initial blur, but essentially it's just a vulnerability in logging library of Java, if I remember correctly, that came to light in Minecraft of all places, the best time or the all-time top-selling game. To where people could do some sussy stuff on your computer through like chat messages because of like the logging, the log4j library and stuff. It's like the gist.
Yeah, I mean, it also, like, I think it went much beyond Minecraft too, because this was not like a standard library logging utility, but it basically was a de facto standard go-to logger. So apparently lots of enterprise services running Java were using this, which was basically being developed by one dude.
So I do want to point out that we run a Minecraft server on Appa, and that the other day someone actually tried to, I think, inject a log message in chat to like take over our machine, but we have fortunately patched it before that. So I guess that is a thing. So for better or worse. All right. Well, that was probably too easy for Seb. Let's pick another one. All right, let's do.
Just lastly, John is right. Like they do keep finding like more vulnerabilities or like more things that have been affected.
I feel like that's more of a many eyes thing now. Like log4j is now the cool thing to find a new vulnerability in.
All right. So let's go on to the next one. So this is now number 1. All right. So this might be. I don't know how many of you will get this one, but we'll see. We'll see.
Looks like a bird.
Pepe wearing a hat. Oh yeah, Sebastian says it is a cow.
It's on the right. That's on the right track. You're very close. You're very close. Hey, it's a kind of hippo. That's right. Why is it a hippo? Seb, why is it a hippo? Why is this a hippo? Does anyone know why I drew a hippo or something that looks like a hippo?
Oh, that's what that word means? I just looked up hirsute
Yeah, I had to
on...
look
Yeah. So this is hirsute hippo. What does that mean, hirsute?
It means hairy. For example, his hirsute chest.
They really picked hairy hippo as their logo. So Parasuit is the code name for Ubuntu 2104. And so if you look at the numbers, 2004 is about 8 months ago now. Which means that it is now going to be deprecated by the end of... actually, tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day of support. So if you are on a older... Or if you're on a Parasuit Hippo, you need to upgrade. Because you will stop getting upgrades tomorrow. Most people are either on LTS, and so you'll have a few more years. Or if you're on the latest current one, which is 2110, then you're okay. But some people are on this older version, and it is now deprecated, so that's a news item. Alright. Let's try a third one. Let's see.
I don't think anybody here needs to know about Linux stuff since everybody uses Macs.
That's not true. There's one of us out there. Alright, let me see if I can do, this is number 2. Alright, I don't know if I can do this one. Alright, so... Yes, it is indeed Pop OS. Now, does anyone know why I drew Pop OS here?
Is this self-congratulating?
No, it's not.
Maybe about the rumors about its new Rust-based.
So that has been in the news that they are going to make a Rust-based desktop environment to replace GNOME. But the big news item is that 2110 was finally released in December. So about 2 months after Ubuntu released 2110, Pop has updated theirs to 2110. And as Deckard has mentioned, I have a few PRs in this version, about 4 or 5. So if you are updating to 2110, you will be running some buoy code on your desktop. So that's kind of cool, I think. I have finally left the void. Now I'm a popper, or a poppus, what do you want to call them. So, alright. Now, Pop was not the only one to have major releases in this cycle. Another desktop in Linux distro that was released was also Elementary, had a 6.1 release. So Elementary's release cycle is actually changed a little bit. It is now kind of rolling in the sense that they sort of pushed out small changes to their desktop environment, which is Pantheon, as they come, rather than just big releases. And so if you have been updating this whole time, you already have the updates. It's just they release a new ISO called 6.1 periodically. On the same lines, another major Linux distro was updated. This was Linux Mint, got 20.3, which includes a update to Cinnamon, which is their desktop. I'm sensing a theme here. A theme refresh with rounded corners, which is disgusting. I don't know why you would do that. What do you guys think about rounded corners? Is that legit? Why is this a thing?
I like it.
You like it?
It's so you don't cut yourself. You don't bump into it.
I don't like the
Fair.
rigid, geometric vibe that the right angle gives. It's very, intimidating.
That's fair. How about you, Nolan? What do you think about rounded corners versus right angles here?
Beautiful. Love the corners. Love the curves,
Yeah, disgusting.
Don't you use Windows and it's all just...
Yeah, don't you use Windows?
What are you talking about? I only use Linux.
Alright, let's go on to the next one. Alright, so... Wait, are you guys looking at the sheet, or is it just me?
this sheet open.
Oh,
I looked at it before and then I forgot about it.
I speed read all the articles.
okay. Well, I mean, if you're guessing, it's not fair, right? All right, let's see if chat gets this one. All right, so is this, which number is this? Is this 3 or 4?
Wait, you 1 indexed on the Google Sheet, but you 0 indexed.
Yeah, I know. So which stream index is this?
3, I think.
It's 3. All right.
I'll fix it on the sheet. Don't worry.
All right, it's 3. Here we go. All right, I'm see if I can do this one. Oh, this is gonna be hard. I think Seb's going to the store here.
Safeway?
What the heck is Safeway?
Is that like a 7-Eleven?
I think it's like a Vons. Yeah, it's a Vons. Yeah.
Safeway owns one.
Okay.
Looks like we're doing some recycling.
What we got? Any guesses?
Ubuntu hates recycling.
Oh wait, it's Ubuntu related. It's definitely Ubuntu related. Ubuntu is dead?
Oh, I wish.
That may be true in our hearts, but that's not the reality. What is this all about?
I think your drawing is going to make this very difficult.
You need to color it in.
Oh, here we go. Oh no, that's the wrong color. Here we go. Alright, so we know it's about Ubuntu. This is about the Ubuntu theme, which is called Yaru. And they are canceling the color purple. So one thing that has been in the news is that there is a big transitioning happening soon with GTK4 and GNOME 42. And part of that has to revolve around theming. And so for the upcoming Ubuntu release, they have to go. Normally Ubuntu has 2 accent colors or primary colors, which is purple and orange. Now purple has always been a controversial color. It's actually not purple. It's like starts with the A. It's like binge or burge or something like that. I don't know how to say it. Anyways, this purple color has always been controversial, and so they're removing it, and so now the theme is just going to be orange. Because with GTK4 and new lib Adwaita, you can only have 1 accent color, and they decided that it's going to be orange and not purple. So it kind of sucks. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but if you're
I
go ahead.
that article and I don't know, like I guess I wouldn't use it as my GTK theme anyway. So then I just wouldn't use it even more so. Like it didn't really change anything for me, but I didn't really like how orange it did look in some of the screenshots.
How about you others? How do you guys feel about Ubuntu abandoning the purple?
I kind of like that most operating systems have like a cool color as the basic pilot color, so like purple or blue or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, orange is too bright.
Sticks right out, yeah.
Yeah, it's too bright, but
Honestly, all these shenanigans, it doesn't bother me as long as I can still theme my GTK. As long as I don't mess with that, I'm okay.
well, if you use an application that's lib Adwaita though, you're not going to be able to. It's going to have its own style sheet.
Damn, I guess I just have to boycott those.
Boycott GNOME or GTK. Return to
Take away C-
return to Xlib. Return to Xlib.
Return to 2A.
All right. What number is this? This is 3. All right, let's go to 4. All right. Let's see if anyone gets this one. I don't know. This one might be harder for me to.
Submasters can know the main thing.
I don't know if I can draw this.
The question is if Scented Ferns in chat.
What was about the Pirates book you're reading?
No, that'd be good though. That would be good. Enemy of All Mankind. Good book, by the way. That's not what it's about. Can anyone guess? It's not Windows. It's not Windows. Any other guesses? Birds. Is AKK here? He would know. He would have to know this one.
Is he on the Google?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he's
We're on the users list. It should be here.
it's not a Docker boat. It's not a Docker boat. It is a boat though. All right, this is too obscure. This is about Solus. So Solus is a Linux distribution that Scented Fern has been using, or used for about a week. He said it was the greatest thing ever, and then abandoned it 3 days later. And the interesting about this, why it's in the news, is that their lead developer, his name is Josh Strobel, has abandoned ship. Has decided that he didn't want to work with his crew anymore and jumped overboard. Alright, that's enough boating puns. And the interesting thing about this is not the first time that this has happened. The first captain of the boat, which was Ike, also abandoned them a few years ago, left them in a lurch. But Josh has been a little bit more directed or open about this, and so he's given them warning and told them, and he's going to hand things over nicely. But it sort of puts doubt into using smaller distributions like Solus, because if developers come and go, then it doesn't add much stability, right? And so there's lots of questions about the future of Solus, I would say. And I think it's interesting that he's actually leaving to join Why I Drew the Snake, is another project called Serpent OS, which is another Linux distribution. Wait for it. Started by Ike. So the two people who abandoned Solus have sort of split off and made their own, or gonna make their own. So it's a little weird. It's a little weird. All right, let's move on here. Let's try another one. Oh lord, this is gonna be hard. I don't know if I can do the next one.
Oh yeah, I saw that article on Hacker News when it came out. That was weird.
All right, let's try this one. Number 5. Hold on, I gotta look up some things here. All right, so this is a partnership of sorts. So let's see if someone can figure this out. All right, the second one's gonna be. It's gonna test my.
Mint loves.
All right, so you got the first part. Okay, good. sorry.
I'm
Pokemon?
trying to tally
No! I'm so sorry.
You should have changed.
I gotta change the colors. Yeah, I gotta change the colors. Pretend this was orange.
Man, I think it's
Is that Firefox?
That's Firefox. So we want to talk about this story, what the partnership is.
I mean, I just remember reading it and thinking it was really odd. Like, I read the announcement. It seems like a small distro for Firefox to be partnering with. And then also, aren't they giving up, like, having DuckDuckGo as the default search? Going back to Google, Mozilla says.
Yeah, so Linux Mint used to package Firefox and add customizations to it. One was to make the default DuckDuckGo. Now Firefox is apparently cracking down. It's like, no, you can't ship quote unquote Firefox because that's our trademark unless you ship it pristine with our source and no modifications, which is kind of weird because it's open source. So legally, they can Linux Mint can ship it, but they can't call it Firefox. So that's why you have things like Iceweasel, and I saw some other dumb names along these lines. But
Waterfox.
well, Waterfox is like a fork, but there's another like GNU Libre version of Firefox. I forgot what it's called. But anyways, Linux Mint says, you know what? Well, we don't want to maintain Firefox anyways, so we'll just get directly whatever you have and we'll ship it. And so that means is that, IceCat, yeah. And so Firefox, who values privacy, right, by default uses Google because that's who pays them. And so now if you download on a new Linux Mint install, if you get Firefox, you also get Google as your default search engine. So that's that's not great, but it is what it is, and it's kind of interesting to see like the interaction between different intellectual property, right? Between trademarks and open source and copyright, and big open source projects and small open source projects. Although Mint is probably not that small, but it is relatively small compared to Firefox, right? And so, I mean, it's an interesting news item that we don't often see.
It seemed kind of ironic to me. Like the whole article is, it's kind of talking about the whole open source movement, like the whole Mozilla Foundation coming from Netscape and combating Internet Explorer, all this stuff, and then they're like, and so like we're also using Google as the default search engine.
Yeah.
So it's kind of ironic to me. I saw at the bottom one of the FAQs that was striking is that Linux Mint will make money if you use Google on Firefox, but if you use a different browser, they will only make money if you use like DuckDuckGo or an alternative.
That's right. There's some sort of revenue sharing thing too, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the next article is about another partnership of sorts. So let's do that. All right.
You should know what this looks like.
Well, let's see here. Oh boy. Actually, it's not. That's not right. That's not right.
It's a sorting hat.
It's a hat of sorts. Yes, it's a hat of sorts. Yes. All right. Okay. The second part is gonna be the hard part, I think. All right. I can figure it.
Money.
Okay, that turned out better than I thought it would. Does anyone know what that is?
No.
Any gamers in the chat? You might use this for streaming to twitch.tv.
We might literally be using it right now. Alright, so this is Red Hat. Oh, there we go. Eric got it. We got Red Hat is paying OBS to ship their software as a Flatpak.
The future of Linux distribution.
Yeah, it's right. So this is this interesting part. The interesting part is that one open source project or company is paying another open source project, which is interesting, and they're doing it so that they start distributing software as a Flatpak. So if you're not aware, Flatpak is a way to sort of create a universal package that can run on multiple distributions. I won't say every distribution. I will say multiple or many or most distributions. Basically, every modern Linux distribution today supports Flatpak, and it's become sort of the go-to choice outside of Ubuntu for independent software vendors or ISVs to ship or deliver their artifacts to end users. Now, there's some controversy over these universal package formats, but by and large, Flatpak is accepted now and has won. And so, you know, Decker was referencing a video today by the Linux Experiment, who is announcing that Flatpak is the future. And that's probably true. I would argue that it may be the future, but it's not necessarily our present, which is, you know, a story for another day. But something like this, where Red Hat is paying OBS to deliver Flatpak by default, is going to be another step towards that future. So I thought it was interesting to see. All right, let's move on to the next one. I think Seb will get this one. Seb, I think you can get this one. Is Seb still there?
Safeway.
Oh, is he at Safeway? Oh, we lost him. All right, so I guess it's got to be Eric then. And I think Eric's the only non-officer not in chat. Eric, do you know what this is? You're missing a letter. Wine, thank you. This is wine. And see, look at this foresight, folks. Look at this foresight. Wine release version 7.0. Look at that. Look at that. Totally planned. Totally planned. So, if you don't know, Wine is a way to run Windows applications, not just on Linux, but also on macOS. And it's sort of the underlying technology for things like Proton, which Steam uses to allow you to play video games. And so, with 7.0, it's a huge release. I believe the big things are like it has finally better 64-bit support for or Windows on Windows, or WoW 64 support. A lot of optimizations, things like that. So most likely hitting a repo near you, whatever distribution you use. And a lot of that technology is going to be repackaged into Proton, which you may be using. Now, speaking of Proton, let's move on to the next story, which is where does gaming on Linux stand at the end of 2021? Alright, so let's see here. This is 8. So this is gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna draw out. I'm gonna do a timeline here, or a scale. All right. So we obviously know this is 0. I'm gonna put some bars here. So let's say, wait, how many things do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if this is if this is 8, and then this would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So if this is our scale, where on the scale does Linux go in terms of market share on Steam at the end of 2021?
Wait, are these percentages?
These are percentages. These are percentages.
Oh, I'd put it at like 1.5.
So we got 1.5. Anyone else?
9.5.
What's that?
9.5.
9's off the scale.
I know.
Remember, we got the Steam Deck coming out. We got Steam OS. Any other guesses? That's on the scale. I got a 7. Very optimistic 7.
Yeah, that's optimistic. I like it.
All right. Anyone else? Anybody want to shoot the under? 9's off the scale. 1? Okay, we got 1. The answer is, according to according to Gaming on Linux, the correct answer is right here, which is 1.1. So, Linux is 1.1 of the market share on Steam, which is not great, pretty small. What do you guys think the market share will be once the Steam Deck finally rolls out?
Maybe 5%.
Maybe 5? That's optimistic, I
I'd
think.
say still under 2%.
So under 2%.
Yeah, I think maybe 2%. But
I'm
Because last year, in 2020, it was 0.57%. So I mean, it like doubled.
That's true. That's true. I think I would love to see 3%, but 1.1 is very sad. I'm doing my part though. I'm playing Balloons on Linux, so I'm just saying. Alright, final story, and then we can end this charade. I'm very punny today. Alright, let's do number 9. Okay, everyone in the chat's gonna get this like right off the bat, so I'm not even sure why I should bother. But I want to butcher it. Come on, that's all you need.
by the way,
So Decker, what is this?
that is Arch Linux.
That is Arch Linux.
Arch, that's right, Eric.
And so the reason why Arch is being highlighted here, not because it's the best distro, although it is argued that Arch is now the best distro, or Arch-based distributions are the best platforms for gaming. So in a recent survey or study by the folks over at Boiling Steam, they looked at all the entries on ProtonDB and which distributions those entries came from. So obviously that's going to be biased towards the most avid and ardent Linux gamer, which, it probably will lean a certain way. But in those numbers, in that population, it used to be that Ubuntu was very high. Now Ubuntu has sort of diminished. And Arch-based distributions are now are near half of all those entries. So Arch is going to the moon. All right, so rocket to the moon here. And it's doing very well. And in fact, the new SteamOS is now going to be based on Arch and not Ubuntu, or Debian, which it was before. So, it could be a very exciting year for Steam and Linux on gaming and Arch in general. So it's something to keep an eye out on. All right, now as for us, this was our way of trying to do something interactive. Although there wasn't that many people in chat, so I don't know what to say. We did our best. I don't know. I had fun drawing. I don't know if you guys had fun watching me drawing, but I did my best with my COVID hands. So, Nolan, do you want to wrap it up?
What now?
Do you want to wrap it up?
I don't know.
Tell them what's next.
What is next?
So, we will have at least one more virtual meeting, because that's what Nordam requires us. What's the next virtual meeting going to be? What's on our list?
Actually, don't remember. Let me see your notes. Oh yeah, the battle stations.
Okay, so next week what we'll do is we're going to ask you to submit either pictures or videos of your battle station. So, what's a battle station? Tell them what's a battle station in case they don't know.
No, it's just your dorm setup or home setup for computers or laptops you use day-to-day basis.
Yeah, so what's your favorite place to work? That's your battle station, right? And so, send that in, and we're just going to do like a tour of the battle stations of LUG. And so, we're going to show them off, and then we'll rip them apart and we'll roast them. So highlight the best, or the weirdest, or the coolest things in your setup, and that's what we'll do, right? Again, we're going to try and make this interactive, so that's a way for you to participate. But we also get it. It's not the same as meeting in person. So, alright. With all that said, Doctors, do you guys want to say anything? Nope. Alright. That's
cool.
that's it. I'm gonna stop streaming. See you, everybody.